Exactly where were you and what happened when you got raided at your home? First time shock.
First time. Thank you for saying the first time, because there's been 4. I don't want to sound like a nutcase, Rob, but I am psychic. I'm psychic. I'm telling you. I told you earlier about my dad. I am psychic. There has been 20 to 30 times in my life where I have predicted the future. And I put it down for a long period of time to my unmatched perspicacity. Perhaps it is just the capability of putting together all the finer, tiny, unique details that everyone else misses. Just noticing every little thing and putting together the picture and analyzing my whole interesting history so that I can, because what is predicting the future? It's based on the past. That's what the scientific method is. If you put this chemical and this chemical together, you get this compound. So we can predict the future by adding these 2 chemicals together. We're going to get this because that's what happened every other time. So perhaps it's just analyzing all of history and paying so much attention that gives me fantastic capability of predicting the future. I don't know. Perhaps it's magic and I'm psychic. But there are at least 30 to 40 times in my life where I saw the future. And I saw the future with the police raid. We were here in Dubai with Tristan. We were sitting around the mansion. I've told this before. We're sitting around the mansion. We had 15 girls in our pool. We had the Bugatti we just collected outside. We were on the Palm in a $40 million house. Tristan said, we made it. We were in Luton 7 years ago. We made it. And I said, there's no way you can make it out that easy. They're not going to let us. Something big is happening. I've told that part. I haven't told the second part. The second part was Tristan's conversation of saying, well, what big is happening? What's going to happen? I said, I don't know, but I'm really, really worried. He said, why? I was like, I don't know. Then I got invited to America to go on some very, very big podcasts, and I declined them all. And said to Tristan, it's a story of Icarus. Too close to the sun. We're too big now. Then I did your podcast and said, they're going to arrest me. This is like 3 days after I said to Tristan, they're going to arrest me. I didn't know you then, but you came here, so I felt secure. I didn't have to fly anywhere. But they're going to arrest me. They're going to arrest me. They're going to arrest me. Then Piers Morgan invited me on. And we had a long conversation with Tristan. I was like, Piers, is Piers Morgan Icarus? Is he too big? Is it going to piss off the Matrix too much? We debated it, and we agreed to go and do it. I did Piers Morgan. Then I flew to Prague for 1 day. Then I flew to Romania to repack my bag to come back to Dubai. This was the night before the raid. I landed in Romania. I bought a bunch of Christmas presents in London for all my various girlfriends. So I spent about 5 hours, 1 hour each, of them coming in and out, getting Christmas presents off me because I hadn't seen them because they had been in Dubai. And then one of the girls decided to stay. The last one, of course. I, funnily enough, ordered it that way. I chose her. Went to sleep. I was pretty tired. I've been flying all day. And at 5 a.m., I heard them busting my door down. And when I heard
Were you
noise,
in the bedroom or you were in your
I
bedroom?
was in the bedroom.
Okay. And you heard the front door being busted?
I heard the front door being busted. I heard the noise and I grabbed my phone and I unlocked it and I wrote in the security group, because I have a security team at the house. I have 4 guys. I wrote in the security group, question mark, question mark, question mark. And I put that down and I picked up a machete from under my bed, the famous machete that they put in all my clips. And I stood up in my underwear just as they bust my door in, my bedroom door. And I'm standing there with a machete and they have these MP5s pointing directly at me. And when I saw the police, I said, thank God it's police. And I put the blade down. I thought it was the Albanians, the Serbians, the Turks. I've got enemies. I thought it was them. When I saw the police, I felt relief. I was like, thank God it's the police. I put the thing, I was like, thank God it's the police. Police bust all the way in, forced me against the wall, gun on my face. I'm like, guys, I'm not resisting. I'm glad it's you. I'm not here to fight. The girl was naked in bed. The police officer yanks the cover off the bed to make sure she isn't hiding anything, I guess. So she's completely naked. She starts screaming, hiding her titties, kind of like a movie. I'm standing there up against the wall, 5 huge dudes pointing guns at me. I'm like, guys, I'm not resisting. It's fine. Anyway, she gets dressed. I go out. We go out to the living room. And the Romanian protocol is they put you on the living room. They put you on the couch in handcuffs. And you sit on the couch, and then they search the house. So they put me on the couch in handcuffs, and they began the search of the house. And the detective was there, and I was like, what is this for? Why are you here? And she said, you'll find out. Very smarmy. And then I'd been sitting on the couch for about 2 minutes, and then she come up to me and goes, "Where's the Bugatti?" "Why do you care about my car?" "Where is it?" It's like, "Why do you care about my car?" I learned later that the prosecutor had been bragging that he'd be the first prosecutor in history to seize a Bugatti in Romanian history. But they really want this car as a trophy. Anyway, what was interesting is the girl who I'd slept with, the girl who the police officers exposed, show her tits, drag her out, scantily dressed, handcuff her, throw her on the couch. She's now in my file as a victim, by the way. So this girl who was sleeping next to me is considered a victim. Who's she a victim of? Me or the police? Because the police are the one dragging her around in handcuffs and fucking making her show her tits to a bunch of full-grown men in masks. They didn't ask her if she's okay. The police officers, when they didn't say, "I thought it was human trafficking. There's a girl in my house." They didn't say to her, "Are you okay? Did he hurt you?" They handcuffed her and threw her on the fucking side of the room and said, "Where's your cars and money?" I thought she was a victim. It's always been about money. They didn't give a shit about her. Then later on, they write in there, "Andrew's so mean to her." And then me and her are going to court saying, "No, the only person who's mean here is the police. The police were mean to me." She's saying to the judge, "Your Honor, the police abused me. Andrew's never touched me." Biggest setup, psyop garbage in the world. They never give a shit about her. They didn't give a shit about any of the girls. It's all just made up. But to answer the question, when I saw cops, I was relieved. I was relieved. I was ready to make the final stand.
Going down in a machete in your pants.
Machete in my pants.
Is that a hero's death?
It might have been. Because I was ready for the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I woke up, I sent the message. This was all in a matter of 6 or 7 seconds. I grabbed the machete, I stood up, they bust the front of my bedroom door in.
Yeah.
I was ready to just start swinging at him. I didn't know who they were.